is it? There it goes. Hey everyone, we are live. It is Ant Flow Friday. Once again, I am back, as you see, with sunglasses, and it's not because I'm trying to be cool. It is because I had a procedure last week to try to fix what the procedure was the month before, and yeah, not doing too well. But anyway, it's me, Alex. So for those who don't know, I'm Gina Bonanno. I'm the host of Raw News and Politics. Alex is the host of Devil's Advocate Productions. And before we dive in, and I'll bring this up a couple times, please do Alex a favor. Go over, hit subscribe on his channel. Again, it's Devil's Advocate Productions. He has been working tirelessly for years and still hasn't gotten to 1,000 subscribers. Therefore, he cannot monetize any of his videos. So, you know, I would say he works hard for the money, but he's actually working hard for no money.
For the love of the game.
Yeah, it is literally a passion project for him. So please do me that solid. Go over to Devil's Advocate Productions. Go open a different browser right now. Then,
thank you so much.
You know, come back. Yeah, no, we got to get you monetized. I mean,
I'm getting close. I'm getting close. Over on YouTube, I got 885 right now. So that's pretty close.
Yeah, he's close.
There's a few more folks.
For me, guys, I'm trying to get to 300,000 by the end of next month for my birthday. So please, you know, do me a favor.
Big goal. Let's do it.
As well. Yeah. So anyway, so we have a big show. We have a lot of stuff to get to today. A lot of fun stuff too. So actually, Alex, your stuff is going to be a surprise for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So, because I don't know what stuff you gathered, but where should we start off? I have some fun Trump clips from his rallies. I have Krystal Ball, just, you know, taking scalps.
Let's start with the Krystal Ball thing. Let's start with the Krystal Ball thing.
All right. This is fun. Let me set this up for the audience. So for everybody watching, Krystal Ball is one of the co-hosts of Breaking Points, one of the founders over there, and she had on basically like a traditional corporate Democrat. Yeah. Used to take a bunch of AIPAC money. This guy comes across as someone who is basically just, you know, finger in the wind. He is seeing where everything's headed right now. He realizes that the party is not behind AIPAC and not behind Israel. So he's kind of changing it up. So his office reached out to Krystal Ball, reached out to Breaking Points and said, hey, we'd like to set up an interview for you to interview Adam Smith. Now, he is a representative from Washington State.
Yes.
And
which surprised me on how like centrist-y Washington, the place where Portland and Seattle are.
Yeah. I mean, he's kind of fish out of water, and I think he knows that. So he has a progressive challenger who, you know, she hasn't gotten a lot of airtime yet. She hasn't gotten a lot of press, but I think she's making him nervous. So he goes on Breaking Points the other day and just did himself no favors whatsoever. Like, his comms director had to have been melting down, freaking out, saying like, get him off right now, because it was so bad. So I encourage everyone after our show to go over there, go to Breaking Points, watch the full interview. It's like 45 minutes long. Obviously, I'm not going to play the full thing for you, but I have like 5 minutes of what I think are some of the most key points and key moments in this interview. So check this out, you guys.
24 has been of a lot of interest to our audience. This is what would effectively partially merge the U.S. military with the Israeli military. You were originally in support of it. You changed your position on it. I just wanted to know about your thought process here.
It wouldn't merge the U.S. military with the Israeli military. What it does is it talks about co-development programs.
Yeah. You've changed your position now, correct? You oppose it. So what are your concerns? Because I'll tell you the concerns, from me personally, I think shared a lot by our audience is you are well aware there is a reckoning happening with regard to the U.S. relationship 100%. With Israel, especially in the Democratic Party. Yeah. And so what appears from the outside is that while votes are increasingly becoming difficult for Israel to win in terms of overt aid being granted, this would be a way to secure the Israel-U.S. relationship without having that transparency and that democratic accountability that would come from a vote. So that's the concern, is that it would make the Israeli-U.S. military relationship more entrenched in a way that lacks any sort of democratic accountability.
Yeah, no, I don't agree with that at all. I mean, we're talking about...
What are your concerns then?
Sorry, two different questions here. Yeah. My concern is I don't support the Netanyahu government, and I certainly don't support what Ben-Gvir and Smotrich are doing. And that's been, I think, the real challenge for me is Israel has a right to exist. Israel is threatened profoundly by Hamas, Hezbollah, Iran. So how do we help them defend themselves? Well, at the same time, they've got a government that's frankly out of control, particularly in the West Bank.
But what I wanted to know is if you would use that position when it comes to conference, which is when and this is for our audience, I know obviously you know this, when the Senate version is merged with the House version and any difference are reconciled.
I will advocate for the removal of that provision.
And if it's not removed, will you refuse to sign off on the conference report?
I don't know that I would go that far. It depends on what else is in the bill. I mean, look, the bill itself has the massive problem that it's continuing to fund the war in Iran, which is an utter disaster. So I am probably not going to vote, almost certainly not going to vote for the bill as it comes off the House floor now, just in and of itself, regardless of that particular section. Just because of that one section, I don't know that I would vote against the entire bill. From the day they were founded, people have been trying to eliminate them. I mean, there's no other country in the world that Yemen and Saudi Arabia fought, but the Houthis never said that Saudi Arabia didn't have a right to exist. Okay, very existence wasn't on the line. When Israel came into being, from that very moment, they have been attacked constantly. It comes down to a fundamental question: does Israel have a right to exist? Now, I'll tell you, and this is absolutely the DSA position, is that they don't. Okay.
Well, let's pause on that. I want to get to the DSA, and I don't want to fight you on all of this, but I want you to get to your point. I got to get through this.
Yeah. I got to get through this.
Okay.
So if you have a situation where Israel is threatened on all sides, and I know it's like, well, no, it's not saying they don't have a right to exist, just they have to let all the Palestinians back in, and then effectively the Jews no longer control Israel. Okay.
Well, I'm sorry, but don't you isn't the idea of equal rights for all ethnicities something that you, in theory, support as a Democrat?
Well, sure, but the practical result of this is, if you say there should be equal rights within Israel, but if Israel allows it, they cease to exist as a country.
No, they cease to exist as a Jewish ethno-state. That's very different from ceasing to exist as a country.
Come on. Hold on. Stop. No. We got to drill down.
An issue for U.S. taxpayers.
We got to drill down on that. Okay. All right. They cease to exist as an ethno state. So basically, Jews would live in Palestine and be governed by the Palestinians, by the Arabs. Okay. And maybe that's just what has to happen in the minds of some people, but understand the consequences of it. Understand why Israel was created in the first place, so that the Jews would have some place to go, okay?
Right,
and
to
just blithely say, well, yeah, it'll go away and it'll be fine. So that's point one.
Well, first of all, you're mischaracterizing my position, but
what is your position? What is your position?
Second of all, you're ignoring that Israel was not created and a land with no people.
No. I know it wasn't. No,
there were people there that were displaced. I don't know how you can get away from how illiberal it is to not support equal rights for people, regardless of if they're Jewish, Arab, Muslim, Christian,
totally with you. Look,
and then the other piece is,
Hamas doesn't support equal rights either.
But do you support a two-state solution? Is that your idea?
Look. Yes.
So how do we get there? How do we get there? Stop. Hold on.
I can answer this.
How do we get there at a time when you have settlements that have made it effectively impossible?
There's something I have to explain before all of this makes sense.
In order to create a Palestinian state.
He does not like a woman talking through him.
No. And did you catch there? So he's using the MAGA argument to defend an apartheid and segregation in Israel. He literally said, well, if if they allow Palestinians into the country and to have their rights, they're just going to take over and then they'll be in charge and Israel will cease to exist as a country. That's the same argument that MAGA uses against allowing any black or brown people into our country.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how is he any different?
Yeah, I heard a great phrase the other day that conservatives fears of how they will be oppressed is how they oppress other people.
Mm-hmm.
They're always afraid. If we allow black people to get as much power in this country as white people, then they will enslave us. Mm-hmm. That's the white genocide that Tucker Carlson talks about, that Elon Musk talks about. It's the same ideology. It's just using a different religion. Well, you'll use Christian nationalism here, they use Jewish nationalism there. And as a Jew, I find it highly fucking offensive and anti-Semitic that they even call it a Jewish state. It's ridiculous. Ethno-states of any kind, of any religion, race, it's no good. Like, why isn't this common knowledge? And especially for liberals who purport to care about equal rights and human rights, and this is what they've been campaigning on for 40 years, is you have the right to an abortion, you have the right to equal vote, you have the right to get married, depending on whoever you love. And yet they don't actually believe in those things, because now candidates are winning all across the country and they're going, whoa, not like that. We didn't mean to actually win on these policies and actually try to implement these policies. We meant use these as fundraiser danglies to send out fundraising emails to panic people about, oh, your abortion might get lost if you don't vote for Democrats and give us money. Well, they're gone. They're gone, and you have no plan to put them back. So these people have a plan. People like Adam Smith are outdated.
Yeah. He just seems like he wants to have it both ways. Like he wants to pretend that he gets it and he, understands the concerns and he is against Netanyahu and what they're doing to the Palestinians. But at the same time, he admitted, oh yeah, I might start taking AIPAC money again.
Yeah.
And it's like, guy, you can't play that game. Like you can't do, 1 foot in, 1 foot out anymore, middle of the road BS on this stuff when we're talking about a genocide. And again, I would encourage everyone to go watch the full interview, because he just repeatedly talked over her. Every time she tried to ask him a question, he started with the, stop, and just was a total baby about it too. Like, well, if you had let me finish before, well, I was trying to say, as I was trying to say earlier, it was like, God, get over your feelings. Like, seriously.
The urge, the restraint that Krystal Ball has, hats off to her, because I would not have that. The quickness with which I would have been, hey, asshole, this is my show and I'm interviewing you. Yeah. I'm asking the questions. You're not, this is not a debate here.
Yeah. And he tried, I don't know if you saw the full thing, because it was long, but I listened to it the other day. And he tries to blame later in the interview, which I just was too long for me to include, but he tries to blame the left. He tries to blame, democratic socialists and progressives for ushering in a second term of Donald Trump, for Donald Trump's win. And the reasons he gave were all because of corporate Democrats. I mean, other than he was like, oh, well, even this one, he said, and Krystal Ball called him out on it, but he said, oh, well, the whole open border thing, we on the left, we establishment Democrats had to fight this whole open border idea. That was a huge problem for us in the election. And she made the point that, I'm sorry, but Joe Biden was the president.
Yeah.
He's the one who everybody was blaming for allowing so many immigrants in and a so-called open border. He's not on the left. He's not DSA. He's not a democratic socialist. He's not, progressive. And he's like, well, how did he govern? And she rightfully said, well, he governed a lot like a right winger.
Yeah, like a conservative.
Right wing things. He funded a genocide. So
yeah, if the Democrat wins, then it was the centrists who did it. If they lose, it was the fault of the left.
Yeah,
it's always how it is. Heads or tails. Heads, I win. Tails, you lose.
Yeah, that's how it always is.
It's always like that.
It's just like I said yesterday, the Democrats, the corporate Democrats are making these arguments against DSA and against progressives and democratic socialist candidates. And they're basically helping the Republicans. And like I said yesterday as well, it's not going to stay with just the democratic socialist candidates. It's not like people around the country, voters, are going to distinguish between the two.
Right.
They're going to paint everybody in the Democratic Party with that broad brush. And so they're harming themselves at the same time. They're just, they're doing harm to themselves.
Yeah.
By trying to say, oh, see, I'm the good Democrat. They're the progressives.
Yeah, and you can also point out, like,
they're the bad guys.
Which national Democrat at all, even on the left in 2024, was saying we should have open borders? No one.
Yeah.
No one was saying that. Who was saying that? The right wing. The right wing was saying that the left was saying that.
Yeah.
You're just taking their word for it.
Yeah.
This is how corporate media works. They hear the right wing make some shit up. Rush Limbaugh does it, or back in the day, or it was. I thought something was wrong on my end. I've been having computer problems, so if I dip out,
said maximize. So I was trying to like increase the size,
Oh, okay.
and I clicked on it, and you got rid of me. So I guess I'm maximizing you.
What was I saying? Oh, it's Rush Limbaugh, it's Drudge Report, it's Breitbart. They come up with some out of whole cloth, something they believe that the left wants, or that they're afraid of. Again, their own fears being used to spur conversation. They will put out something into the ether. They will yell about it, scream about it, until the mainstream starts to react and says, okay, well, this is a narrative that we keep hearing. Let's talk about it as if this is a real issue. And it's never a real issue. It never is.
No, and that is such a big problem with the Democratic Party is they allow the Republicans, they allow MAGA to frame every issue.
Yeah.
They allow them to paint every narrative.
They set the narrative. Exactly.
And then they play defense on all of it instead of getting ahead of it, instead of making the point or, making the case why some of these socialist policies are actually a good thing and can help people. What they want to do is just seed the narrative to the right.
Right,
and
because
then,
it would help.
They wonder why they keep losing elections and losing voters.
Because they serve the same. They serve the same masters. They serve the same donors. And if they actually implemented the policies that were popular among their base, it would hurt their donors' pocketbooks. So the donor goes, "All right, we're going to lean towards the right wing this time, and we're going to hope that they can kind of keep it in order." And this time, I think they pushed too hard. And also, Capitol is not necessarily these Mad Men style, like genius boardroom, smoky room, kind of like Machiavellian villains. They're Elon Musk. They're Mark Zuckerberg. They're stupid. They're dumb. They're dumb and stupid and think that, Trump can hold it all together, and we could speed run this fascism, and we'll quickly get rid of democracy. That's like a forethought. We're got to get rid of that just so that we can then build our techno city states where Peter Thiel runs some Disneyland style states, and they just carve up the world. That's their plan, is to carve up the world and just control little fiefdoms around, and have go back to feudalism. That's like libertarian ideology at its core is feudalism, and we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
People are protesting these data centers. They're knocking down the flock cameras. Have you been seeing this all over the place? Like, we don't want to be surveilled. We don't want this. They keep trying to sell us stuff, like AI is the biggest. They keep trying to sell it to us, and we reject it and go, no, I don't want it. It's the first time I remember seeing that in my life.
Video was on Twitter last night of Donald Trump basically saying that everybody needs to stop fighting against AI.
Yes.
If this is the best thing, it's going to be so great. Everybody just needs to stop fighting it.
Stop
it's like
fighting it.
He is so out of touch with even his own base at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I've done shows, I did the one about Texas, how there's so many Trump voters who are flat out saying, I am voting for Tallarico because I'm going to vote for whoever is against AI because they're building these data centers, because Texas doesn't have any kind of regulation when it comes to building. And so they can put stuff right next to your house that is toxic. And they're building these data centers, even if they're like a half mile away, a couple miles away. They're so god awful loud.
Yeah.
They're so unbelievably annoying 24/7 that all of these Trump voters are pissed off and saying, my whole community is flipping. We're all going for the Democrat. Yeah. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene, she did an interview with a girl down in Texas or down in Georgia who is pissed off. She's trying to get city council members kicked out of office. And she is saying the same thing, that because they're stealing her mother's home, which was supposed to be left to her and her daughter. And she's like, the whole community now is for the first time ever going to vote for a Democrat. And
and I think
the city council.
I think this is this is indicative. First of all, this is where the Democrats normally, in a normal election cycle, would go, see, everyone's coming around to us. Old Chuck Schumer knows what he's doing. But in this cycle, it's definitely pronounced how there is a difference between the Pelosi Schumer establishment wing and the Bernie AOC insurgent kind of progressive wing. And, Tallarico, not DSA, not super duper like progressive, just ran a better campaign than Jasmine Crockett, and pastor, speaking to the religious folk in Texas, and I think doing a pretty good job. Our friend Pastor Ben does a great job of speaking the good word as it was meant to be interpreted, instead of the racist, psychotic ways that a lot of people interpret it now. Yeah. And I think that's really resonating, especially in Texas. Tallarico, again, just kind of going, hey, do you want this pollution? Now, also Crockett, not too, she's kind of friendlier with the like tech world than Tallarico, and I think that also hurt her campaign as well.
Oh yeah, her ties to crypto and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
So I think it's good. However, we got to be careful when you got folks like Tucker Carlson, Marjorie Taylor Greene, kind of trying to position themselves. Even J.D. Vance, who is the active vice president, trying to distance himself a bit from Trump and looking towards a world where there is no Trump. And going, okay, we got to pretend we were always against this. That's what Tucker's doing. I was bamboozled. I was swindled. I'm not going Democrat, but I wouldn't be surprised if he tries, honestly, because he started off on MSNBC. Then he went to CNN. Then he went to Fox. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries a Lincoln Party kind of move where, we're we're never Trumpers or we're regretful Trumpers. Let us in to the Democratic Party, and then we'll try to tell you who to run and what to do, so we can just make this party the new Republican Party.
Yeah.
Gotta
Well,
be
like I
careful of
said
those
the
folks.
other week, he is in talks with Marjorie Taylor Greene and a few other people about starting a third party. So we'll see. We'll see. But I do have some fun ones. So I don't know how many of you watching have seen this, but Donald Trump doing some rallies. Did a rally down in Georgia.
He's back. He loves them.
Oh yeah. So I have one clip where you're going to see off to his right, our left, you're going to see one of the rally attendees making fun of him in real time. So this went viral. Take a look.
Called a skirmish. This is with this skirmish we have with the Islamic Republic.
Sorry, guys. Let me back that up.
Going on. I call it a skirmish. This is with this skirmish we have with the Islamic Republic of Iran. And I call it that because let me tell you, they're getting hit so hard and they want to make a deal. But I say they're not ready to make a deal.
That's so funny.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You think that guy next to him is showing him his phone? You think they're looking at the live feed and they can see that they're in the background?
Think about that. It could be. It's probably like, dude, you're on camera.
Dude,
right
we're on
now.
the camera. Do something. Do your impression. That's really funny.
And then I have another one. This one I think is even funnier. But let me play this for you. Actually, I have a few of them. So first, I want to show you Donald Trump again. Like he still can't stay on message. You know, Susie Wiles. So many people have been trying to get him to stay on message about affordability, and you know, you got to hammer this home, and you got to show the people that you get it. So here's what he said. I think this was the same rally because he's wearing the same suit. But yeah, I found this clip and he's talking about affordability, which apparently he had never heard of before.
Day, first press conference, nice friendly press conference. You know, they treat me so nicely. What are you going to do about the prices? And they said, they used the word, first time I heard it, it was a word, you know, made up by the Democrats. Affordability. They said, affordability. I said, I've been here one day. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. And we're taking care of it.
Never heard the word before.
Never heard it.
First
never
time
thought
he's
about
ever
it.
heard that word.
He's never had to think about if something's affordable before.
We made it up. It wasn't a word until the Democrats made it up.
God, he really doesn't have the juice that he did in 2016.
No,
he really still thinks he's doing that shtick, and then I mean, hell, the audience there was laughing, you know, but you're sitting there for 2 hours of Grandpa rambling. I think you're getting tired. You're looking for, hey, can we get out to the car before the crowd? Like,
you know, and the poll numbers show it. And people go, oh, well, you know, he's still so high in the Republican Party. Yeah, because it's shrinking. Right. You know, if you have 10 people and you know, 8 of them like you, that's 80% approval. Right. If it drops down and 2 people leave, and now, you know, 7 out of the 8 that are left approve of you, your approval number with that group just went up. But there's fewer people in the group. So, right. I mean, it's just
they're not great at math.
It's just numbers. I mean, they're losing people left and right. People are more and more, even if they agree with Trump, even if they like what he's doing, they still have issues with him. That's what I'm hearing in focus groups. Right. And then on top of that, you have more and more of the registered Republicans who are saying, I'm not MAGA. I don't consider myself to be MAGA. So,
I mean, so the biggest voter block in this country are people who don't vote. And then of the people who do vote, there's the people who vote Democrat, people who vote Republican. And I think a a lot of them switch back and forth depending on their mood, the year, how they feel, whatever it is.
Yeah.
There's the block who are devoted, not just Republican voters, but we are voting because we hate minorities. We are voting because we hate, it's hatred. It's
Yeah.
the deplorables, as you might remember Hillary Clinton calling them. That's never going to move.
Yeah.
But that's not who got him elected. It's the people who were like, I want fiscal conservatism. I hear the rhetoric about open borders and abolishing police, and that scares me. So I vote for the Republicans. I buy into the old way of thinking that the Republicans are like stern, firm father figures, and the Democrats are liberal mother figures who will let the kids being the people run wild, and that there's been too much of that. And I remember the protests in 2020, so I'm scared. It's been 2 years. There's been a year and a half of Trump Part 2, and we got diarrhea lettuce, we got war in Iran, the genocide that was already happening under Biden.
Gas prices out of control.
Gas prices out of control.
People
and
being
that's
gunned down in the streets.
Yeah. I mean, look, the people being gunned in the streets, that's America.
Absolute chaos. Now we've got the Houthis closing down the Red Sea. I mean, it's just been, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. And I would argue too, I think there's three groups, and I think I've said this before, but I think there's the diehard, there's the Kool-Aid cult members, the ones who are the racists, who are never going to leave, who just love the cruelty, love to see, immigrants being murdered and, families being destroyed. They don't care whether they're law abiding or not. And then you do have the traditional Republicans, the fiscally conservative people who, we have to, fix the debt and get everything under control, blah, blah. But I think who really put him over the top are that third group of people, which are the swing voters. They were the Gen Zers who truly don't honestly pay attention to politics other than outside of, Theo Vaughn, Joe Rogan, the little bits that they pick up from people like that, Tim Dillon, where they get little bits and pieces of news.
Andrew
but
Schultz.
They're not like, Andrew Schultz. They're not out there watching, actual news shows. Right. But they hear things here and there, and they were like, this is the vibe, and he's going to make things better, and he's anti-war, and, he's saying he's going to bring prices down, and they truly bought into all of his bullshit that he pushed during the election. And and a lot of them are too young, and I've made this point many times on my show before, that, someone who was 18 when they were voting, they were 10 years old during Donald Trump's first term.
Yeah.
So they didn't have an awareness. Yeah. I mean, maybe on the peripheral, they heard a few things here and there, but they didn't live it, I mean, they didn't live through his presidency like an adult did.
Right.
They didn't see, the Muslim ban. They didn't experience it on an emotional level. Yeah, because
you think about who would have believed that he's anti-war? Could you remember his first term where he's dropping the mother of all bombs because someone told him no when he definitely wanted to drop a nuke? Probably,
right. He wanted to nuke a hurricane.
Yeah.
He's like, why can't we nuke a hurricane?
For real, it's so baffling. It's so baffling how we got him again. And that's, again, I point the finger at the Democrats. You were not offering people anything. In 2020, they won by the skin of their teeth. They fucked over Bernie again.
Yeah.
And they ran Biden. And the only reason Biden won, it wasn't because everybody loves centrism and everybody loves Joe Biden so much. It was because everybody was freaking out about Trump, freaking out about COVID. Yeah. And Biden offered to raise wages during the campaign. And and build infrastructure. And we're going, hey, the disease prevention that Obama had put in place and Trump removed because Obama did it, we're going to put that back in place. And Biden didn't do shit. Biden didn't do shit when he got into the presidency, other than try to maintain whatever status quo they remembered from 2019.
Though I did see a breakdown, shockingly, on MSNBC talking about manufacturing jobs.
Mm-hmm.
He did boost manufacturing, with that one piece of legislation that they were able to pass.
Yeah, but
you know, I mean, and some of it was, from COVID ending, and some of it came back, but there were new manufacturing jobs. And even what is it called? Democracy Now? Not Democracy Now. A More Perfect Union. I shared in some of my FAFO videos some Trump voters who lost their jobs because Donald Trump undid that Biden legislation. Right. Because there was a lot of money allocated to green energy, and as soon as he came in, he undid all of that. And there were again some young Trump voters who didn't understand that this guy is a full-on, complete, total sociopathic liar, who voted for him, and they ended up losing their jobs on these. They were like I forget which jobs they have, but some of them, had green energy jobs, whether it was making solar panels or what have you. And they were pissed off because they were like, I voted for this guy to help me, and now he just took office and I'm literally getting fired, and the whole project's getting shut down.
Yeah. I mean, again, when I say Biden didn't do anything, I'm being hyperbolic. He did do, he's trying to maintain.
He nibbled around the edges.
He nibbled.
Traditional.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't address some of the underlying
meet the moment.
Yes, he didn't meet the moment, and the moment needed to be met, because again, and then the genocide began, and he goes all in on it.
Yeah.
So whatever teetering feelings people had about him already. Right. Now are sinking fast. Yeah. Sinking fast. And then Kamala not distancing herself at all. The Democrats not even really having a primary. All that for sure. And then, you got J.D. Vance going on, Theo Vaughn and Rogan and Andrew Schultz. Seeming slightly not as weird as he actually is, because he's in a comfortable setting. Put him in. I mean, there's that famous shot of him in the donut shop when he's campaigning, just being like, "So how long's this restaurant been here?"
Awkward. Such an awkward guy.
Such a weirdo. But I really think that the new time voters who were 18 in 2024, they are now going to be 22 when it's time to vote again, or 20 now for the midterms. Yeah. And I think they're pissed. In the last year and a half, just seeing price of gas again. Unfortunately, deaths in the streets, genocides across the oceans are not enough to get Americans to go to the polls. But see that gas pricer, that ticker going up every day, driving to and from work, I can tell you that's affecting people's mentality. Going, as soon as I get the opportunity, I'm voting against whoever's making that number go up.
Or what I'm hearing is a lot of them are just going to stay home. And again, it's because Democrats are still not meeting the moment by and large. They're not giving a big grand vision for what they're going to do differently. This is why, in the segment I did yesterday, talking about these MAGA voters who are now excited about Zohran Mamdani. So they're not ideological as far as a party goes. They're not, married to a party. And this is what I think a lot of older voters don't understand. A lot of traditional liberals don't understand. They think, oh, well, Biden won because he was a centrist. And so that we need to go back to that. No, the reason Kamala Harris lost was because she said she was going to continue doing what Biden was doing, and people didn't see that as enough. The only reason Biden won was because everyone saw January 6th, like you said, the COVID. They saw what a disaster Trump was the first term, and they freaked out and said, oh my God, we got to get this thing back on track, and came out to vote en masse. But after 4 years, you have a lot of these younger people who are like, yeah, I don't remember. I didn't, wasn't aware of January 6th, wasn't aware of, the election denialism and how he,
and you're right. No one was
the country upside down.
Champion, like, there's no prominent Democrat like celebrities, right? Obama kind of started that whole trend of like, yeah, I'm going on the Tonight Show, I'm going on late night, I'm gonna use the bully pulpit, use your platforms as famous elected people, and start set the narratives. Democrats didn't want to set any narratives because that means then they'd be expected to deliver, and they don't want to ever do that. So that's why they weren't saying anything. I mean, Chuck Schumer and Pelosi were just like
just a lot of the centrist corporate Democrats are just too uptight. Like they can't hang. They could not just hang for an hour or two and talk like this. They're so, I am so Mr. Buttoned Up. I take myself very seriously and use words that most people don't understand. And it's like, you're not going to attract young voters that way. Like, just mellow out, be a normal person, and be yourself.
That's why even young people, and you're right, it has nothing to do with age, because young people were excited about Bernie. Bernie's old as fuck. Bernie's old as fuck. But he's energetic. He delivers his points. The points are resonating with most people.
He's also not afraid to name the true enemy.
Right.
He's also not afraid to call out the corporate interest and what is really going on in DC. And it is not, because we're talking about BLM, or it's not because, we want to give people free stuff and run up the deficit. And it's like, it's because we're owned. It's because everybody in DC, almost everyone, is owned and controlled. And nobody wants to write legislation. Nobody wants to pass legislation that's actually going to help average people.
Right.
But the few who do. Over again, what I'm seeing in focus groups is people coming around to democratic socialist policies. I literally had just sat for like 3 hours watching a focus group, or it was 2 combined, but these were all swing voters. These were people who went for Biden in 2020, flipped to Donald Trump in 2024. When they brought up just the term democratic socialism or socialism, everybody was against it. The vast majority of the participants in these focus groups were against it. And they all said, I believe in capitalism. They were almost 100% across the board. Yes, I favor capitalism. Okay. When they asked them to define capitalism, nobody could do it. One guy kind of, sort of, a little bit did it. One woman who actually is a teacher and teaches it was the only one who could actually do it. Everybody else was like, yeah, I know it, but I can't explain it. And then they asked them to explain socialism, and they couldn't do that either. But yet they're all against it. So then they went through, they put actually the specific DSA policies on the screen. Not like, oh, this is our version of it, but they actually put on the screen, this is what the DSA platform is. And they read a few of them off to everybody. And when they went back to them and said, what do you think of those policies? They're like, actually, I like some of those policies. I don't agree with all of them, but I do like a lot of those policies. So that's the difference. And again, you have, Democrats, corporate Democrats doing the work of Republicans in turning people against what they want, what they
Yeah.
like,
Right. Right.
Um,
I mean, I actually sent you an email with a couple of my items for today, and one of them is the DSA website that has their platform on it, and we could look
I
at that
see
if
it
you
here.
want.
Man.
But yeah, exactly. If you just tell people if you ask people if you want any of these policies, they say yes. If you preface that question with here's a democratic socialist policy, then they're more likely to say, I don't want to hear it. I don't like socialism, blah, blah, blah. It is exactly what you're talking about. And also defining your enemies. That's a really important point. I was talking about this over on this space where we both have shows that air Monday through Thursday. This space is a working class collective. I was having a conversation with someone who was saying that's the big difference between like AOC, Bernie, the progressives, and the centrists. The centrists say we need to have a strong Republican Party days after January 6th happens. Days after January 6th, Nancy Pelosi is saying we got to get rid of the MAGA crazy so we can have a strong Republican Party in this country. And not identifying the fact that the Republicans are MAGA. Like it is not two separate entities
left at this point.
It's not, exactly. It's not two separate entities. It's the natural conclusion of the Republican Party. This is what they've been advocating for decades. Wealth worship. If you're rich, you're good.
I know she gets a lot of grief online, even from Kyle Kalinske, but I do give Sarah Longwell credit for this because she does a lot of focus groups. She does like several each week. And she has said to her Republican colleagues, the Republican Party as we know it is not coming back. It is just not coming back, whether we have to, start a new party or what. It's never coming back. It is what it is now. So I do credit her with that. I do want to show one other video that I thought was really funny. So for many reasons, as you're going to see, but this was also the same rally. So listen to Trump, and I might play this a couple times so you can catch all of it, but listen to Trump, but then also check out the kid, or not kid, he's a young man to his left, or to our left, his right, in like a burgundy colored shirt.
So ladies and gentlemen of Georgia, the golden age of America is upon us. We are in the golden age. This is the greatest we'll ever be. And together, with your help and the patriots all across this magnificent land, we love our country. We will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you very much. Thank you, Georgia. Thank you.
So the kid sniffing his own armpit.
That was really funny.
You have Trump saying, this is the golden age. This is the best it's ever been. This is the greatest time, but we're going to make America great again. We're going to make it strong again. You just said this is the best it's ever going to be, which, first of all, that's true. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
If this is the best we've got.
Truly.
If this is the best our country can get to, oh my God, we're in so much freaking trouble. But then he goes on to say, we're going to make America great again. You just said you did.
Oh, I can't wait.
That poor guy. Out on the internet forever of him sniffing his own armpit.
While they're in Georgia, it's hot. He's got to check. He's standing next to a girl he wants to impress. Oh, I can't wait till it's over. I can't wait till it's over.
I know. And did you hear the candidate that he was there on behalf of? He's an idiot. The guy is an idiot. He's running to be the governor of the state. And here's what he said.
Make sure that Georgia's the best place to do business and reduce affordability to the lowest it's ever been. And I'm going to be this man's favorite governor.
He's going to reduce affordability to the lowest it's ever been.
Very Joe Biden saying, we killed Medicaid.
We beat Medicare.
We beat Medicare.
Oh my God.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Oh my God. This is the guy who wants to be the governor. He's going to, I mean, personally, I think Donald Trump has already reduced affordability to the lowest it's ever been.
Yeah, we're going to keep going. We're going to make it so you can't afford to leave your house.
Yeah. Yeah. But oh my God, how embarrassing. that whole rally is just so embarrassing.
Very much so.
Christ.
Very much.
All right. So what are we looking at here? What do you want to play?
Right, so throw this up. I think this is a good this is exactly kind of what you're talking about. Sarah Longwell kind of being like, it's our Republican Party is never coming back. But here's a true believer, Meghan McCain. Still believes in that grand old party. Jesus. Talking about Mayor Mamdani. And I think this is indicative of kind of what our discussion has been. And also, shout out chat. What's going on, chat? How you doing?
He's a generational talent. He's like Obama. We should all thank God he can't run for president because he would be a formidable candidate in about 10 years. I don't think Republicans are taking this seriously enough. I don't think Republicans realize that he's really the best messenger. Even if he doesn't run, if there are any candidates running in 28 who can somehow imitate or be inspired in the same way that he was inspired by AOC, we have a real problem. Republicans have a real problem.
He's always coming up with very interesting ways to incorporate the community. Like he jumps in the pool in his suit when the pool's opened for the summer, and he had kids instead of cutting a ribbon at some opening for whatever, like they do the big scissors and cut a ribbon for an opening. He had kids run through it like it was a football game. And it's like he always finds like very cutesy, like you said, folksy ways to do things that make him look like I'm just a regular man of the people.
But if Democrats can somehow find a version of him that is like funny and kind and charming, socialism is going to be
not crazy. Like
we're going to have like a DSA 28 candidate. And it's not that I'm saying it's going to happen. I think people will be into it. It's not just that they're going to propose it. I think like average Americans who are making minimum wage or not able to buy a house or all the issues we talk about on the show all the time. The guy I just listened to on the podcast is one of the most authentic figures I've heard in years. It's like, other than Trump, I can't believe I'm hyping him up this much, but I think Republicans should be scared. And I also think that like our job, my job, our job, whatever, is like, I always try and say we're kind of like tornado chasers. And if we tell you a tornado is coming, you better listen that the tornado is coming. Mamdani is a big freaking, what is it? Class 5 class was from Twisters.
F5,
tornado. F5.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So
wow, how horrible.
I mean,
how horrible, politician who does what he says he's going to do and is winning people over. How scary.
Makes him seem folksy and seem like he's a man of the people. Maybe it's because he is a man of the fucking people. He is a regular working class guy who ran for office and won. He was an assemblyman and now he's the mayor. That's all.
Yeah.
He loves New York.
Yeah.
I mean, I just saw this great new ad from Abdul El Sayed where he's playing like a used car salesman character. And using that Americana iconography, much like Zohran did here in New York, where he's using like the pattern that is from the coffee cup that you get at a street cart Or when he says abolish ICE, it's in the same font as an icy machine that you'd see at a bodega.
Yeah.
This is the kind of connection to nostalgia and to our community that we've been missing. Sincerity has been missing from this country for a long time.
Yeah.
We've been in the age. I mean, I talk about movies, music, TV, and video games on my channel. I'm a pop culture kind of guy over on Devil's Advocate Productions. And the era of the anti-hero is coming to an end. The era of Tony Soprano and Casino and like Wolf of Wall Street, Greed is Good from, what was it, Glenn Ross back in the 80s.
Yeah.
That era of get your money, fuck everybody else. That's all that matters. Have fun, buy hookers, whatever. It's over because they're in charge of the government, and we're seeing how that plays out. When Tony Soprano's in the White House, this is what you get.
Yeah.
People forget he's a villain because he's the main character of the show. And that's a narrative thing and blah, blah, blah. But like, this is what happens. It's the mob running shit now. And you see how it works out. They will fix the reflecting pool so that they can make his friend who owns a pool company some money to fix it, and it ends up green because they don't do a good job. Like, it's grifting at its most basic. It is very American because we are based on, a snake oil salesman. And this is, but they're supposed to be on the fringes. They're supposed to be kind of run out of town by the good townspeople, not elected to office.
Yeah.
And I think we're seeing the panic here for the sensible Republicans. Meghan McCain gone from The View. Now she's got her own podcast. Been quiet. Like, I don't see her going viral every other day, like Tucker Carlson, which is great. I wish Tucker would be treated the same as her, make him disappear. I don't want to hear about him. But I love when she does go viral, it's for this clip.
But
she's terrified.
Because he plays the game.
Yes.
He pretends to be, I'm an everyman. I'm the folksy guy. I'm the populist.
Yeah.
She at least is more obvious or honest. I mean, I have to give her credit for that. At least she is who she is. Like, she's not putting on an act.
You know who her father is?
Populist.
Are you aware of who her father is, Gina?
Yeah.
Yeah, she is who she is. And, she believes in this idealized version of the Republican Party that just kind of disagrees with Democrats, but it's not coming back. And I think she's right to be worried, but I think she's even right to bring up the concerns that you don't hear from Donald Trump. We just heard him say affordability is a made-up word by Democrats. She at least is like, I am acknowledging that people cannot afford basic necessities. They cannot afford places to live. The American dream that we promise people is not accessible, and that's a problem if we want to keep extracting wealth. We need to give them some wealth for us to extract.
Yeah.
Like, that's her moderate position.
Concern too is that now, the corporate Democrats and Republicans are they're gonna catch on to this, get wise and go, well, let's just give them enough. Let's pretend that we understand that they're struggling and that average Americans are hurting, and we'll give them just enough. We'll pretend that we're going to take issue with the billionaires and make things fair just to quiet them down.
Right.
And I think they've done that in ways throughout the years, but now the inequality has gotten so huge. I mean, the gulf between the wealthy and the average Americans is just astronomical. It's just like Grand Canyon size at this point. So I think that whatever they do is going to have to be,
and it's unsustainable. It's unsustainable for them. Yeah.
Pretty big, but I still don't think that they get that there's going to be pitchforks. There's going to be,
like
you all wanted 2A, right?
Like, they could have Pete Buttigieg win, and implement Medicare for all, some kind of like half measure, and maybe a UBI or something, and they'll be like, okay, we did it, we're done.
Yeah,
it's not going to be enough. We're not falling for it again. I think a lot of people would.
Buttigieg. I'm sorry to interrupt, but
No,
I'm
go ahead.
glad you brought him up because there was just a new poll, I think it was, saying that, oh yeah, he's the one, and he's probably going to be one of the top candidates in 2028. And I'm sorry, but after what he did to Bernie in 2020, meeting with Pelosi and all of them behind his back, and then dropping out like he did along with the others to clear the path for Biden. I don't trust him, and I never will. And the fact that he's just now, like I see him on MS Now and different shows, and now he's talking about, oh, I really do think now I've changed my mind. We really do need like a universal health care. We really do need this and that, and all these populist programs now that he's championing for everybody. Where were you before? Like, you're not a leader. You're a follower. Now you see where the wind is blowing. Now you see that these things are popular. Where were you 10 years ago when we needed that? When Bernie was up there beating the drum.
The reason I bring up Buttigieg, I want AOC. I want AOC. That's my candidate. I bring up Buttigieg because I think that's who the Democrats will be like, well, he's gay, so he's definitely going to be progressive, because that's how I think about it. People thought Obama was way more liberal than he was because he was black. Like, it's just, people are simple. It's a sight thing. That's it. So they're going to think, oh, he's gay, and here's our middle ground, and we're going to push him through. And I think out of the centrists, like if you give me like an option of him, Newsom, and Kamala Harris, I'm going with Buttigieg, because I think he is the most fly in the wind, and he can be blown. Like, blow him in the direction that we want. Blow him in the direction that we want.
Bad choice of
I know, but I did it on purpose because I thought it was
really
funny.
bad choice of man. I think he can be blown
in the direction
too, Alex.
That in the direction that we need him to go. Again, I want AOC. I think AOC is the girl, and I have an AOC clip if you'd like to see it.
Okay.
This is her being asked about some of the DSA identifies as communists.
Why is it? It's telling me to remove it. But it's
remove it and then add it again.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
When your DSA platform has also getting rid of the Supreme Court and getting rid of the presidency and restructuring
They're
the
having
government.
a party, aren't they, over there? They're having a blast. They're having a good time.
What do you think about the Supreme Court reform?
Sorry.
One of your colleagues tells me DSA is a communist organization. What do you make of that? How those words are used interchangeably?
I just don't care. I think these folks call everyone they don't like a communist. I think that America is a free country. You know, they're out here palling around with whoever they want to pal around with. So what? Like, people can do what they want. I'm not here to be the belief police around here.
I mean, that's a great answer. First of all, this is the
sorry.
Oh, it's all right. This is the Democratic Socialist platform that they're talking about when they ask, they're saying abolish the Senate, abolish the Supreme Court. And yeah, because the Electoral College is corrupt. The Senate was put in there after during Reconstruction as a way to counterbalance actual democracy. And the Supreme Court is just there, again, abolish the Electoral College, replace the president and Supreme Court with an executive and judiciary chosen by and subordinate to Congress. You know, are we going to get this in our lifetimes?
It's more like replace it, not abolish it.
Right.
Yeah. So maybe
it's mostly
their wording could be better on that. Yeah.
I mean, for the working class to govern, we need a new political system. End corruption and legalize bribery, get rid of lobbyists, dark money, and Citizens United, and publicly finance all elections. Abolish the Electoral College, replace the president and Supreme Court with an executive and judiciary chosen by and subordinate to Congress. This is like, this should have been the platform of Democrats.
Yeah.
This should have been the platform of Democrats.
And I will say there are some things that are even too far,
far
left for
I
me.
just joined DSA. I just joined DSA. I've been listening to the Zoom calls they've been having, like explaining the platform, what it means, how we get there, things like that. The history of these beliefs, and great call with Corey Bush and Chris Rabb talking about the Black radical history and tradition in this country. I'm practical. I'm rational. I understand. I don't think in my lifetime we're going to get to a place where we're abolishing the Senate. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Right.
But all the road to get there, that's littered with goodies that we could use right now. That is like ranked choice voting, maybe across the country, spreading from just New York. More emphasis on the popular vote rather than electoral college and delegates and stuff like that. Just these might be pie in the sky goals, some of them, and some of them you might not agree with. But on the road there, that's littered with material benefits for right now.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm part of DSA, and I encourage people to join. Because, I mean, who else is fighting? Who else is fighting? Pelosi and Schumer ain't out there fighting.
Yeah, and that does come up in focus groups all the time.
Yeah?
All the time. Yeah, I still not on board with AOC, and I was thinking about something that our discussion that we had a couple weeks back about her. And you were saying, yeah, I get why she didn't endorse certain candidates because she has to work with the people in Congress who they're running against. But to me, I mean, how do you, if you can't stand up against one of your weaselly little, mealy mouth fellow Congress members, you can't look them in the eye and go, look, you're not doing it for the people. You're just not here for the people. You're here for your donors. And I don't agree with you and what you stand for. And this progressive candidate, I believe in more. If you can't do that, how are you going to stand up to Vladimir Putin or Kim Jong-un?
Well, I think it's a method of strategy. That's what I interpret it as. I think it's a method of strategy. I mean, I hear, do you know about Brianna Joy Gray? Do you know who this is? Okay. Yeah. So she, for the folks who might not know, she was the campaign manager or communications person for Bernie Sanders' first campaign in 2016. And now has just been a podcaster for 10 years. And she had
for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. So she had an idea in 2021 called Force the Vote. Her and Jimmy Dore from TYT. And the idea was hold up the Speaker of the House vote for Nancy Pelosi and don't commit to voting for her until you get a vote on the floor of the House for Medicare for all, which would not pass, but would get everyone on the record of where they stand.
Right.
And that was her idea as an internet podcaster. Because AOC didn't do that, she's hated AOC ever since and brings it up in every interview I've ever seen of her since then. I think that strategy would not have worked at that time. I don't think it would have made national news. I don't think it would have galvanized people to run to the polls to vote out the Congress people who voted against it. Also, they could have voted for it because they knew it wouldn't pass the Senate. So you wouldn't even be getting an accurate representation of people who would vote for it or wouldn't vote for it if they thought it would pass. And those people were already on the record of whether they would support it or not. My point of even bringing this up is saying, is it malpractice or a betrayal of AOC to not do that? Or is it maybe she's biding her time and waiting? I mean, going up against Hakeem Jeffries is a big deal. It is, you know, and I think she could directly critique him. She could run at him like a bull and right forward, or wait, support some other candidates and have other people, like, again, Mamdani, city level, municipal level, endorsing people for federal office. Then they get in, you get more of a cadre around you, and they could all stab from the sides. It's wait for your army to show up before you launch an attack.
Yeah,
that's how I perceive it.
I don't know. I do agree with, yes, the first issue, it wouldn't have worked. I do think it would have gotten some play. I think it would have gotten some national news. I think even especially on, like, well, back then MSNBC, I think would have picked it up if, you know, if she had done something like that. Now, you know, again, it wouldn't have worked, but I don't know. I just, again, you want to see people fighting. You want to see people out there making an effort and, you know, doing what they can.
And I think she's doing that now.
And we hear that over and over again, you know, in focus groups. We hear it, and we see it in the polling. You know, people are like, yeah, I'm not digging this person anymore because they're not a fighter. They're not, you know, taking on Donald Trump or the powers that be. And I don't know. I just,
but the force to vote, yes, you're right. It would have gotten play on MSNBC. It would have gotten play, as the story would have been AOC holds up vote for Pelosi because of, they won't even say what it is. She's impeding Nancy Pelosi getting Speaker of the House again, and would have reduced her amount of influence and power. Would have reduced, maybe she gets censured by the who knows, but it would not have galvanized her power. And again, sometimes the smartest move is not to fight and just let it be.
Yeah, that one.
Now she's fighting. Now she's fighting.
Not endorsing progressive candidates, though, just to appease other congressional Democrats, you know, or just so that she didn't have to face them after endorsing their opponent. That to me shows weakness.
I mean,
that to me says weakness
for sure. Okay, that's fair. But she's doing it around the country. It's just not specifically here in New York.
Yeah,
and she did. You know, again, it's all right.
I don't know. I just think, to me, it's like you gotta.
I would also rather have her be the opposition. That's who you vote for. You vote for your opposition, because what we want is further than anybody's putting on the table. So
yeah,
I would rather have AOC be the opposition of, like, hey, we got to pressure her to do this thing, rather than Kamala Harris or Buttigieg or Gavin Newsom. I would rather it be her that we have to push and pressure.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said the other week, I think she's on the right track. I think with some time she'll get there, but I think she still needs to bake a little bit longer.
Well, speaking of her endorsements, here's a great clip from Abdul El Sayed, who has been killing it. I think he's, you know, fingers crossed, knock wood, that we get a senator. I don't know if you want to throw this clip up. There we go.
There you go.
So, Steph, my priority is money out of politics, money in your pocket, Medicare for all. That's what I'm campaigning on. That's what I've always been talking about. I'm a doctor who rebuilt health departments.
We've talked a
and
lot
wrote the
about
book on
AIPAC in
Medicare for
Israel,
All.
though, even here today.
Because people ask about it, and they're also the biggest spender in the race.
Mhm.
AIPAC has inserted themselves in this race. They didn't have to. They made a choice to do that. I am focused on being a senator from Michigan. And here in Michigan, kids need glasses, kids need schools, kids need functional infrastructure. And I'm going to find the money that we're sending to do heinous things to other people and keep it here. So look, I just think it's really important for us to think a little bit about the power that opposition to that message has. When you're spending $30-40 million to try and shape one U.S. Senate seat so that we can send billions of your tax dollars somewhere else, I think everybody in the country should be a little bit surprised, frankly, outraged that they are the biggest spender in this race. How does this affect the lives of people in Michigan? Profoundly, when they're taking your money and sending it somewhere else. So instead, my priority is money out of politics, money in your pocket, Medicare for all. That's what I'm campaigning on.
That's, I think, the message of three: money out of politics, money in your pocket, Medicare for all. It's also alliterative. It makes people remember. Shout out Pep Talks on this space. Always talks about you need to make it snappy for the normies so they can recite those three pillars. And just been doing a great job communicating and just knocking this out of the park.
Yeah.
I really hope he wins.
Yeah.
I really hope he wins.
Well, again, Sarah Longwell did a Michigan focus group recently, and she said, it was tight, but she got the sense that he is going to win, that he has the edge. So, because and people do like Haley Stevens there for some reason. I don't get it. I just don't get it. She is not my cup of tea, not my flavor. And then with all the money she's taken from AIPAC, I mean, I don't know how you sell that today in the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
And as
she's funny in
Michigan
like a
huge
meme kind of way.
She's what?
She's funny in like a meme kind of way.
Yeah.
The way she talks and like, hey,
Yeah.
I stick it to him. That's kind of funny. But other than that,
not with the New York accent, not with the flair of New York. She's, yeah. But no, I just think I think people know her name. She's just a known commodity. She did work with the Obama administration on things. And I think, in that ad that she's running, which really misleads people, it kind of, she insinuates that she's endorsed by Obama.
Right.
And people have argued it and said, well, she doesn't come out and say it. And it's like, no, she doesn't come out and say it, but it's very much insinuated in that ad that she put out. So it could really, and they've done actually, I think it was on the street interviews with people and asked them, who are you planning to vote for? And, what do you think about the two candidates? And some of them said, I'm voting for Haley Stevens because she's endorsed by Obama. So it worked. It was effective in confusing people and making them believe that he endorsed her when he has not.
Yeah. Because most people, including a lot of most voters, their amount of politics that they consume is like one of your videos on Facebook or a half an hour evening news show on your local news. There's
people that like have no clue.
Or a commercial, like or misleading commercial where they go, "Oh, Obama endorsed this one, okay, and I got to go vote today anyway before I go to the grocery store. I'll get that in there." Like that's it, and that's as much as they think, and they go vote, and that's it.
Yeah,
it's devious.
Yeah, and the fact that she stood on stage and said, Israel comes to me in my dreams.
Yeah, crazy.
It's like
crazy.
Okay, we're done.
Like an evangelical pastor.
You're a loony.
Yeah.
You're a lunatic.
Like an evangelical pastor on that stage. Israel comes to me in my dreams. And the Lord, he tells me that I gotta lower corporate taxes.
Yeah.
I got to give more handouts to Elon Musk. That's what I got to do.
Yeah.
We got to do it for Israel.
But again, not everybody's seeing that. Not everybody is hearing that. So it's like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
All they're going to know is, quirky, quirky candidate who we've heard of before. We know of her. So, yeah.
Yeah. Pretty rough. Now, this next thing.
Want to welcome everybody though before
please.
Before we jump into more. Welcome everyone who's in the chat, who's been watching, who's been hanging with us. We really appreciate it. Appreciate you taking out time on your Friday, heading into the weekend. If you are brand new here, don't know us, I am Gina Bonanno. I'm the host of Raw News and Politics. This is Alex, my co-host on Ant Flow Fridays is what we're doing right now. Alex is the host of Devil's Advocate Productions. Please head over there, give him a follow, subscribe to his channel here on YouTube. We're trying to get him to 1,000 subs. That way he can actually get paid for all of the work he's been doing for years and years on that channel. And please subscribe to my channel, Raw News and Politics. I'm trying to hit 300,000 by the end of next month for my birthday present from all of you.
Let's do it. Let's give Gina a good birthday.
Appreciate that. But yeah, this is Ant Flow Friday where we rage and rag and just let it free flow. So that's what we're doing.
And we're also both hosts over on This Space, which is a working class collective of lots of different hosts where we talk about news from the leftist perspective, or sometimes we play video games. Sometimes we have panel shows. Sometimes we're watching election results come in. If our goal eventually is to get to a place where we are 24/7 live. If Hassan's not live, we're live. If Majority Report's not live, we're live. If Gina and I are not live, This Space is live. That's the goal. We're trying to get any more subscribers over there. Kind of floating around 3.7 thousand, I think. So let's get it to 4. Can we get it to 4 in a month or two? Let's see. But yes, I and I'll post the link in the chat for everybody. I have this clip and I want to get your take on it, because have you been seeing Hunter Biden going around doing interviews? He's doing a lot of interviews.
Yeah.
And it makes me nervous.
Surprisingly good. Surprisingly very good and progressive.
Kind of, a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you think he's up to? What do you think he wants?
I don't know.
Because he's the son of a president. He doesn't want for anything. He can have as much blow and hookers as he can have. What more does he want? And that's what's making me nervous with this clip.
Yeah, I don't know what his game is. Maybe he's trying to get a gig on CNN or MS Now. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, throw this clip up. So this is Andrew Callahan, who runs Channel 5, which is a YouTube channel. They do kind of Vice-style investigative reporting, whatever he feels like doing. Or we're going to go live at Bonnaroo for a week. We're going to go investigate the bikers, or we're going to go to January 6th.
Yeah.
And he got Hunter Biden to sit down with Nick Fuentes.
I heard about this. I didn't watch it though.
And this is the trailer for their full conversation. Check this out.
And you want to ask me, why are you a Nazi?
Inclusion has been our greatest strength. Diversity has been our greatest strength.
White people do feel like we are being boxed out.
A 26-year-old white kid doesn't feel like he has access because he's been canceled. And the problem is black people.
I didn't say the problem's black people.
Well, you just did, Nick. You just said
the problem is crime. And we know who's doing the crime in Chicago.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
About the Holocaust thing?
About that.
We get to say whatever we want on the internet. We get to deny the Holocaust.
As far as Jews are concerned in general, I think that everybody in the country should be treated with dignity and respect and have their civil rights.
Like, what do you think about somebody like Mamdani?
Personally, I don't like him. Like, for example, on 4th of July, when he takes the opportunity to sit there with, let's be honest, not a single white person.
What about fucking Donald Trump? There's no ideological core to Donald Trump.
No, I agree with you.
Don Jr. got the largest loan ever given by the Department of Defense.
Vance owes his entire political career to Peter Thiel. Whichever firm is the one to develop ASI, that could confer dictatorial-like powers upon the CEO of that company.
Everything that we think about the way in which we exist in the world completely changes.
Increasingly with Uber, Airbnb, banking apps, you can't live your life without the tech platform.
Everything that AI is built on is ours. That's what they're stealing from us. I want to find common ground of how much of a shithead Donald Trump is. We can get there. We can get there. Okay.
Okay. So, funny, clickbaity, of course, I'm going to click on a fucking video that's Hunter Biden sitting down with Nick Fuentes.
Yeah.
Well, what does this accomplish? And again, like if he was sitting down with Kanye West, which he did, it's like, who gives a shit? Right? Fuck him. Fuck Kanye West. Fuck him. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But Hunter Biden is the son of the former president. He is not. He is an influential figure just by his existence.
Yeah.
You are lending legitimacy to Nick Fuentes just by sitting in a room with him. And I don't know if he recognizes that. And if he doesn't, then why the fuck is he allowed out of that goddamn house? Like, for real, like, this is not good. This is bad. This is bad. I don't want.
I don't know, though. I don't know. Here's the thing. People make these arguments. I hear a lot on mainstream media. Oh, why is so-and-so going on this show or doing that? You're giving them a or why are you having them on your show? You're giving them a platform. And it's like, they already have a platform, though. I get your point about the legitimacy, but like, how much legitimacy does Hunter Biden really have? Like,
he has the legitimacy of being a real. He's someone that anything he does is news because he's the son of a president. So this being on this show is putting a spotlight on Nick Fuentes, forcing New York Times, whatever it is, Atlantic, to write articles about this because it's news, because he's the son of a president. That's what it is. And it really worries me that Nick Fuentes is. I mean, Tucker Carlson is trying to legitimize Nick Fuentes, and Biden's been on Tucker's show. My legit concern is. Mm-hmm. There might be some Gen X people who are like, maybe not just Gen X, I don't know. Might be some Hunter Biden fans or centrist, liberal, whatever, who were so defensive of him because of the laptop thing, and now are listening to him as like, this is Biden, but slightly younger, and he's had problems, but he's clean now, and we like a redemption underdog story. Mm-hmm. And so now I'm willing to listen to what he's saying and who he's talking to.
Yeah, I do have issues with people giving Hunter Biden too much credit. My biggest issue with him has always been him abandoning his child.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
I don't care about the drugs. I don't care about the sex. Yeah. Was he using his dad's name like a credit card and, getting deals that he wouldn't otherwise have gotten? Absolutely. Does it pale by comparison now to what the Trump family is doing? Absolutely. What I have an issue with is, him basically just telling his child, I don't want anything to do with you. I don't want you using my last name.
That's crazy. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, she came about because he had a night with I think she was a stripper. And so, I think he pays child support.
Oh, so he did the old Drake.
Yeah. So paying for her, but doesn't, part of the agreement was you can't give her my last name. blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's just gross.
Yeah.
That to me is just so gross.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Again, this is someone who shouldn't be in public. Like that's my thing. He shouldn't be in public. Neither should Fuentes, for that matter. But Fuentes is trying to get more and more mainstream. He's trying to be mentioned on SNL. On that's any mention of him by someone with legitimacy is a fucking win. So again, even having a Biden in the room is a problem for me. It's the same problem I have with Tucker Carlson, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Candace Owens trying to like work out their own niche that's away from Trump, but somehow still within the MAGA sphere. Like, I don't trust any of them. And this, I don't know what Hunter wants. I don't think he's going to run for office.
No, I don't
think
so. I don't think
but
that
I
would
wouldn't be
work out
surprised.
well for him.
I don't think he should.
I do want to address, I think it's Kayla in the comment section that said addiction will do that to you. I went through the same thing. It has nothing to do with the addiction, though. That's my issue, is this was more recent. So this is after he's gotten off of drugs. This is after he is supposedly totally clean and getting his life back together and, you know, on the upswing of the redemption arc. And he's still, to this day, like, I think she's only like 3 years old. So it's not like, this was like a 10-year-old and this was while he was in the midst of his addiction and, you know, wasn't thinking clearly. Like, this is a more recent thing.
No, you know what that is? That's
Joe Biden, it's my understanding, Joe Biden does not acknowledge her. Like he was talking about his grandchildren and specifically left her out, did not count her among his grandchildren.
Wow, I did not know.
Gross. I don't care how a child came into being. That's disgusting.
For sure.
You were a part of that. You brought that child. It was your fault. Like you helped to bring her into the world, and then you're just gonna like ignore her existence. Like,
Gina, I had no idea about all this. That's huge information. I mean, this is also, you know, where does that come from? That comes from like the idea that you're a dynasty. That your name is so important. Who are you, Robert fucking Baratheon from Game of Thrones? Like we're gonna kill all the bastards now because they might have a claim to the great Biden fortune. Fuck out of here. Fuck out. It's like same with Drake. Like fuck off. Drake. You were embarrassed of her mother. You're embarrassed that it's a stripper. Like come on. Like that's a human being. She's a person. You can you can be like, hey, this is my baby mama, I love her.
Personal note, as someone who's been on the other side of that and had the entire other family, you know, disavow my child, like, fuck you.
Right. Yeah, dude.
You know?
It's not the child's fault. Like, fuck that.
Yeah. And I'm going to say, you know, they paid the price. I won't go into detail, but I saw karma like you would not believe, and it's something that I would never wish on anyone, not them, not anyone. And
no, I have some on some good news. I got some good news.
Oh, okay.
These brothers, Andrew and Tristan Tate, who've been hiding out in Florida, have been arrested. Have been arrested, and the way they got him was actually really funny. They came up to him and asked for an autograph, and he said, "Oh,
really?
I'll give you an autograph." And then they handcuffed him to confirm that, you know, because they have to identify him.
Oh, too funny.
Yeah, this is 3 minutes. We don't have to watch the whole thing, but
okay.
Yeah, the Tate brothers are now facing a total of 59 charges, 42 against Andrew Tate, 17 against Tristan. You know, further counts of rape, arranging and facilitating trafficking or sexual exploitation, assault, bodily harm, 19 charges for offenses relating to incident of images of child or extreme pornography. So, like, and they're being extradited to the UK. Now, of course, they're going to beg Trump to, like, don't do that. But we'll see if Trump gives a shit.
Mr. Tate, would you mind signing? Hey, Tate.
That outfit.
I know the outfit is wild.
I don't know if you saw my post that I said maybe he was trying out for Aladdin.
The silk shirt. I don't know what it is with men. Gina, we've been watching Love is Blind and The Ultimatum on Netflix. It is a trend of the last few years of men with pants that go up like halfway up their calf. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's happening, but it's happening. And he's exemplifying it right here as well.
Like women call those what, pedal pushers? Capri pants.
Yeah, capris.
Like,
and then he's got the woman's blouse that he's wearing because he thinks he's a rock star. I hope they go to prison forever.
I know.
Hope they go to
and
prison.
MAGA is standing up for them. MAGA
Of course.
is like, this is just political persecution, and Trump needs to step in, and Marco Rubio needs to do something about this. Like, they were arrested in Florida.
Yeah.
The most Margaritaville state on the map by, Ron DeSantis government.
Yeah.
It's political. It's all political persecution. No, these guys have been accused for years and years of trafficking women. They don't make money on their own. That is my biggest thing. Not my biggest thing. Obviously, the abuse, the violent, assault of women is my biggest thing. But, Andrew Tate is out there. Oh, here's how you make money, guys. No, you didn't make shit on your own. You made it because you exploited women.
Right. Yeah, they think
like, a girl.
Yeah, they think I mean, pimps are slavers. Like let's demystify pimps for everybody. I've been going through Jay-Z's albums on my channel leading up to his big Yankee Stadium show. And I did the album with Big Pimpin' on it, and I always had a problem with that song, and I couldn't really put my finger on it until I got older. Like, yeah, this is just slavery. After you see the movie Taken, you're like, oh, this is what real pimping is like. It's keeping people in shipping containers and keeping them on drugs so they can't leave. It's terrifying. It's a horror movie. Like, this is not a fun, cool thing. And I think that's, again, it's like a Gen X kind of even millennial trying to hold on to it. It's like, no, it's cool to have a bunch of women, right? Diddy was awesome. We love Diddy parties. And no, actually, he was super fucked up. That was not cool at all to do.
Yeah.
And it's the patriarchy. It's the patriarchy trying to hold on to this thing, just like age gaps. Age gaps are also being highly scrutinized by younger people nowadays, to where it's like we don't even care if it's legal. It doesn't matter, Russel Brand, that it was legal for you to have sex with a 16-year-old in the UK. Yeah. It's the fact that you shouldn't. Yeah. That's it.
Did you happen to see, speaking of Russel Brand, did you see that interview that he did with Piers Morgan, where Piers just held his feet to the fire over which Bible verse was the one that spoke to him the most?
Yes.
And
he just...
Oh my God, it was so cringeworthy. For everybody watching, if you have not seen that, go Google it, go find it, because it was excruciating. Like, he sat there for the longest time flipping through the Bible, pretending that, oh, here it is. Oh, here, this is the verse. And then he would go silent. And Piers Morgan, I give him credit for just sitting there and allowing the silence
I found
on TV, because it was, oh my God.
Here, throw it up. I found it.
So uncomfortable. My God.
I found it. Throw it up.
Oh, you found it? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, here it is.
Yeah, check it out, folks. This is hilarious. So this is, again, after 20, 30 minutes of an interview already.
Yeah.
Where he is not budging, and clearly both of them are trying to like outlast the other. Check it out.
Can I go back to asking you a question about your Bible?
Yes, if you want to.
Thank you. Was that the one you took into court?
You're the very one.
Okay. What was your thinking of taking it into court? And what you were seeing, looking at some passages, what were the relevant passages for you?
All right. Thank you for asking me.
Thank you. That didn't hurt, did it?
A little bit. It was this from Isaiah. You're right. Bear did say, be chilled. Sometimes I lose the chill, man. It's pretty. It's this. I don't like that, do they, in the old gallery? But remember, you just said it's a hired spot. This is from Isaiah. Excuse me.
He's trying to like run out the clock.
I showed this to someone and they thought it was a bit. They thought it was like a skit that he did. I'm like, it's real.
It says here. The verse that I was looking at that day was not this. I can't actually find the verse that I had that day, but this is good enough. This is from Isaiah 12.
Oh my God. So cringe. Oh my God. He's so obviously full of shit.
Yeah.
God.
Just trying to use the Christian, I'm born again, so that he can get sympathy from the Christians, so that when he goes to trial, there's supporters there for him and maybe he doesn't get as much time. That's all.
Yeah. Totally ruined that movie for me. Between him and Diddy, ruined Get Him to the Greek. One of the funniest freaking movies ever. And 2 out of the 3 main characters.
Was Diddy in that movie?
Yeah. He was
Oh my
the
God.
boss.
Oh, I totally forgot
Bonanno's
about that.
Boss.
Wow.
Yeah, remember? He's the one who took them to Vegas.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
the furry wall.
This is Jonah Hill trying to get him, right? It was Jonah Hill and Russel Brand.
Jonah Hill was trying to get Russel Brand's character
to the Greek theater. Yeah.
To, what was it, like Good Morning America or something? He was trying to keep him sober to get him on the show. And oh my God. Yeah.
That's wild.
Two of them in the same movie.
Yeah. Who was it produced by? Weinstein? Brett Ratner?
Oh, yeah. Bill Cosby directed.
Yeah. Produced by Cosby.
Oh, God.
So
gross.
Folks, follow me over on Devil's Advocate Productions, where I talk about movies, music, TV, and video games. Follow me and Gina on this space. I got some more clips for us. I will put this space in the chat. I will put my links in the chat. And it's on Flow Fridays. We're doing this every Friday from my time, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Her time, noon to 3 p.m. No, noon to 2, right?
Yeah, noon to 2. So we're coming in for a landing for everybody watching.
We're talking about the news of the week, bouncing the clips off each other, just chit-chatting it up. And that's what we're doing here, folks. So go and follow this space. This space is where we met. They got tons of different hosts, all talking about politics Monday through Thursdays live. We just launched the Space Station. That is the Thursday evening panel show that goes on, where we have all of our panelists, our hosts, choose to hop on together and chit chat about the week. I have 2 clips, and I will let you choose. One of them is Mamdani, also similarly to AOC being questioned about like the socialist moniker, the communist moniker, and kind of deflecting in his beautiful Mamdani way. And a clip of Donald Trump being asked about LeBron James or Jordan as the greatest of all time.
Oh, God.
Which one do you want to watch?
Well, if they're not too long, we can watch
We'll do
both.
both, but which one first?
All right, let's do Trump first.
All right.
Is that the one that's up?
Yeah.
There he is. Okay.
President Trump, today it was announced LeBron James has decided that he wants his next team to be the 76ers. Where do you stand on LeBron versus Michael Jordan as the best ever?
Well, Michael Jordan's a guy that's a friend of mine. Play golf with him. He's a really good guy. And I think LeBron is, maybe he's a racist. Maybe he doesn't like Trump. I don't know. I only like people that like me. So I would say Michael Jordan all the way.
He's a racist. Okay. Jesus Christ. Hello, pot. No. Jesus. Oh my God.
You know, it hurts me in my heart because for years and years, I love Space Jam. I love the movie Space Jam. I was at the perfect age for that movie to hit me. So for years and years, when people started talking about this LeBron James guy, I was like, no, there's one GOAT. It's Michael Jordan. Go fuck yourself. And now I find myself on the same side as this pedophile in chief. And I am furious. I am furious, and I have to switch allegiance to LeBron James. God damn it. God damn it. Well, what an answer. He might be racist. So
yeah,
hilarious.
as if that ever stopped Donald Trump from liking someone and supporting them before. The guy who literally had Nick Fuentes and Kanye West come and have dinner with him at Mar-a-Lago. Yeah. Remember what he said when he was asked about David Duke? Freaking David Duke, the former Grand Wizard of the KKK. And Donald Trump was like, oh, I don't really know much about him. And they're like, well, he was a Grand Wizard of the KKK. Well, I don't want to say I don't like him because I just don't know him, you know, and I can't really talk about the guy because I just don't really know him that well. And they're like, well, we're telling you he was part of the KKK.
Right.
Now what do you think of him? Well, I don't know. I just can't really say.
I mean, he revealed it in that
James. He's racist. Jesus.
He revealed it in the clip. I only like people who like me. So he likes me, then I like him. I don't care if he's the Grand Wizard of the KKK or a basketball player. Whoever likes me, I like them. That's it. He's a simple guy.
Yeah.
Chuck L in chat shouts out Shaq and says Shaq knows Shaq Fu. And that's true. He does. I had that game for Super Nintendo. That's a good game. Shaq might be a better actor than MJ Stevie. I don't know. I'm looking at the chat conversation about who's a better actor. I don't know. Shaq was in the movie Steel. Maybe. Yeah, there was a movie called Steel. It was Superman related. It was in the 90s, and it was not good. It was not good at all.
I don't know how I missed that one.
Yeah, you might have remembered the one where he played a genie. Speaking of genies,
oh
yeah, there was that.
I remember
one.
that
Kazam.
one.
Yeah.
Too funny.
But yeah, so now here's
Mamdani
this
next.
Mamdani clip, which I think is a pretty great answer. I believe this is on. Oh, it's on Roland Martin Unfiltered, which I don't know where that is. I'm assuming YouTube.
Oh, I think he does a show on Facebook each day.
Oh, okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
So here we go. One-on-one with NYC Mayor Mamdani.
Democrats have been branded as socialists for longer than I can remember. I remember President Obama being called a socialist almost every single day by Republicans across this country, and it didn't stop him from delivering not just on a first term, but a second term, and things that we still talk about to this day. And I do have to push a little bit on you, Roland, on the premise around blue and red and purple, because I believe what's at the heart of this agenda is the struggle of the working person. And as much as we believe ourselves in New York to be exceptional, we also know that working people aren't just struggling in New York City, they're struggling everywhere across the country. And this message is about how can we ensure that when you work every single day, that you come home at the end of the day and you can actually afford to pay those bills for your housing, for your childcare, for your groceries. How do we reduce the distance between those two things? And here in New York City, we've talked about building more affordable housing, universal childcare, city-run grocery stores, real tangible things. I think that these have the potential to connect with any working person that's struggling anywhere. And I think for those who are concerned about what is this party, my answer would be that, what is the Democratic Party if not its voters? And what we've seen from its voters is that people are hungry for a vision of the Democratic Party that has more to do with the New Deal than with the raw deal that so many Americans have been forced to accept over these last few years.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. I mean, I think that is why, bring it back full circle. Look how good I am as a co-host to what we were talking about at the beginning of the show, which is these folks in red states who are seeing the data centers go up. And even just on a pure visual level, most people are not paying attention to politics. What little they do here is everyone in New York's having a great time.
Yeah.
Knicks are winning. Mamdani's fixing potholes, getting people out to the pools, making things easier for small businesses. The ice cream. Have you heard about this? Where he's implementing 50 new deregulatory policies that make it easier for small businesses to operate. The ice cream one is that restaurants apparently need to get a separate license if you're serving hot food and cold food.
Really?
Yes. So he's going, we're just going to eliminate that. You're already serving food. If you have a license to serve food, you can serve it hot or cold. The reason that exists clearly is for bigger restaurants, bigger conglomerates who can eat that fee. Absolutely, we could get that fee. And now we're the competition. We're out competing the small business who can't afford that license because we can serve you a hot sandwich and a cold ice cream. And the place across the street can only serve you the hot sandwich. So now, it's one example. It's the little things that he's doing that are just inconveniences. And now it's just going to make life a lot smoother. And this is the kind of thing, first of all, cutting red tape is a thing Republicans been talking about forever.
And the Democrats.
And the Democrats. Deregulate.
The whole, what's
abundance.
The push?
Abundance.
The whole abundance thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they should
Matter of fact.
This.
Yeah.
They should absolutely be loving this.
Ezra Klein cited Texas when he wrote that book, Abundance, and you pointed out Texas is using that deregulatory environment to build data centers and to commandeer people's houses.
Yeah. Just
I'm sorry,
totally
go ahead.
screw people.
Yeah. So this is how you use the deregulation for good. This is how you make, again, he's setting the example here. Where any politician running this cycle in the midterms or anywhere in the future can point and say, I want to do what he's doing for New York. I want to do it here in Toledo. I want to do it here in Cleveland. I want to do it here in whatever the fuck town or county they're running in. And I think that's a great service that he's doing, just as mayor, someone who lives in New York, I'm happy with it, but also for around the country, because the more of these kind of candidates that get in, the more that they can do and show that this works, the more it shifts, not just the Overton window of what's allowed to be talked about or not, but it shifts people like Meghan McCain who are going, we have to make sure people can afford houses.
Yeah.
Can you believe that coming out of the mouth of a Republican and not just going, it's the free market. If you can't afford it, that's your own moral failing.
Yeah, I was worried, when he got, I was happy and excited when he got elected, but I was like, okay, like he's got a lot resting on his shoulders because everybody's going to be watching this. And if he screws up, this is just going to be the new party line across across both parties. See, we try. Oh, see how they screw up. They can't make it happen. This is a disaster. And he has proven everyone wrong. And one thing I want to point out, I don't know if you saw this, but More Perfect Union did a really great segment about how we already have government run grocery stores in our country. We've had them for years. I didn't even know about this until I watched this segment. So I encourage everybody to go seek this out on their channel.
Should we grab it? Should we see if we can pull it up?
Yeah, it's really long. But
okay. All right.
super long. But they're for the military.
Oh.
Yeah. The military has their own government-run grocery stores.
That's not surprising.
So if you are a military member or you're a family member or you're a spouse, you can go shopping at these grocery stores and the prices are way, way lower. And it's run by our government. So everybody who's like, oh my God, scary. We're going to have the government running our grocery stores. This is going to be a disaster. They've been doing it for years. It's like
that's a really good point because the military gets all the stuff that Democratic Socialists are advocating everybody else gets.
Yeah.
They get the socialized healthcare. They get free healthcare. They get fucking education. They can go to school, get a degree. They can get trade school if they want and get be an electrician in the military. And then you go out and be an electrician. What the military gets, everyone should get.
Yeah.
That's a good way to pitch it to people, I think. Maybe.
Yeah. And you don't have to worry about some madman in the White House starting a war that we don't need. That's, that's illegal. And
as Dennis Karup says here in chat, the U.S. military is the world's biggest social program.
Yeah.
They just ask that you put your life on the line to access it. And I say, you shouldn't have to do that. Bold statement. You shouldn't have to do that for your basic needs.
Yeah. Agreed. Well, we're going to be wrapping it up now, guys. If you have any quick questions, drop them in the comment section. Once again, I am Gina Bonanno, host of Raw News and Politics. This is Alex, host of Devil's Advocate Productions. Please go head over to his channel, give him a follow, trying to get him to 1,000 subs because he has been working hard for free for many, many years.
In just the course of this show, we have gotten from 885, which is where I started, to 901.
Wow,
we're at 900.
So close, you guys. Follow, please. And then and I am trying to get to 300,000 by the end of next month for my birthday. So please give me a follow here at Raw News and Politics.
Absolutely. But check out some of the videos I got up. Single from The Paradox, one of my favorite bands, came out yesterday. I listened to Charlie XCX for the first time today, her brand new album. Listen to that. On Tuesday, I had an interview with Socialist Adri. Socialist Adri is, she's on Twitter. She clips Hassan's streams. So she lives in Canada and has the social programs in Canada to exist as a student and single mother and have enough time to watch all 8 hours of Hassan streaming and clip it for Twitter for no money.
Wow.
She's doing it for the love of the game. Now she's getting paid from Twitter now because she's gotten a certain amount of followers and, you get paid per post, I guess. I don't know how that works either, but she's super cool. Had a nice chat with her about why she does what she does and what she hopes to accomplish. And she's a very, very sweet girl. And I have a review for The Odyssey because I actually went to go see it this weekend, and I did not expect to like it as much as I did.
Was it as woke as they say?
Oh, it was so woke. It was so woke. You have no idea. For all of
Could you not sleep for a week, Alex? It was
all
so woke.
2 minutes that Lupita Nyong'o was on screen, or Elliot Page. They were great, by the way, in their roles. They were small roles, but impactful. And Christopher Nolan, I mean, look, I will actually point out now that this is up on screen. I will point to shout out FD Signifier. Hope to talk to him one day, but he put out a great little review of The Odyssey. Where is it? I think it was somewhere here. Oh, it's right here. The Odyssey is good conservative art. So, of course, conservatives hate it. And it points out the fact that Christopher Nolan is conservative. Like especially the Batman movies are very conservative coded. And he is of that like Meghan McCain kind of style of, well, I'm not outwardly racist. Yeah, I'm traditional, fiscally conservative, socially that kind of thing. And this movie is right in line with it. It is a great man of history, kind of lamenting the changing landscape of society and thinking we should go back, and if only I hadn't done this, and maybe we could change it for the better. It is very conservative coded, but they're ignoring that and just looking at surface level. Oh, there's a black woman in it. No. Now Elon Musk is threatening to make have Grok AI make a full like version of the Odyssey that's all anti-woke or whatever it is.
Oh my God.
I can't wait to see that and review that for my channel.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be as good as what was it? The not Charlie Kirk. Who's the other?
Ben Shapiro?
Yeah, all Ben Shapiro's
Run, Hide, Fight
into the arts, into movie making.
Oh yeah, I got a trailer reaction for that movie on my channel as well. Run, Hide, Fight, Infidels. Yes, it is. What happens if liberal college protesters are infiltrated by Hamas or ISIS, a terrorist organization, and someone at the college has to pull a Die Hard and get them all out?
Oh, I did hear about that. Yeah,
it's got Jonathan Majors
painting themselves as these superheroes. Have you noticed?
Yeah. No, there's also a great video out talking about why conservatives love progressive art. Because they love Superman, they love Star Wars, Star Trek, which is all progressive. It's all progressive. But they see themselves in the like, well, you're dominating and you have power, you're gaining power, and those are the things they identify with. Jesus. Rather than the actual theme, because they look at just surface level. They have no imagination. They can't go down into the themes.
Yeah.
Like, who is Superman fighting against? It's corrupt politicians and capitalists and mob bosses who are capitalists. Like, that's they're just like, he has muscles and he can fly. That's it. That's all I care about.
He looks like a Donald Trump meme.
Yeah. Oh, and last thing before we end here, because last week I took over as host. Thank you very much, folks, who were there last week with me. And I played one of your videos because I found it. I love that you talked about Boosie Badass. Boosie Badass trying to get a pardon for himself with Jack Posobiec. It's so hilarious.
I know. Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know if you saw my tweet to him, but I honestly, I wasn't trying to like give him shit. I honestly wanted to know the answer to the question because, as we all know, Jack Posobiec, or not Jack Posobiec, Jack Berkman and Jacob Wall. Is that it?
Yeah. Yes.
They did that whole robocall scam in multiple states to try to disenfranchise Black voters. So I asked him, did you know about that before you handed them $600,000 and signed a contract? It's like,
Right.
did you not do, like, I didn't say this to him, it's like, did you not do just the basic search to find out who these jackasses were before you gave them over $500,000?
Crazy. It's crazy. Even if you're, again, not paying attention to politics, all he's concerned with is, who do I give money to so I can get a pardon?
Yeah.
You at least Google the names.
Yeah.
You at least do a quick search.
Don't people normally do that? Like, if somebody's asking you to send them that much money,
I would.
Any money. Like, I had someone call me one time, and I basically was just a bitch to them and hung up on them because they're trying to strong arm me into donating to some, they said it was like some nonprofit organization. And I was like, okay, well, give me the information and I'll look it up. And then if I think I like it, I'll donate. And they're like, oh no, you have to do it right now. we have to get your credit card information right now. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
No, I don't think so.
And they're like, well, can you hold on a minute? And then they transfer me to somebody else who is obviously supposed to be like the closer, right? The strong arm me. They put, because first it was a woman. So they put this man on the phone thinking, oh, they're going to put a man on. I'm going to cave because it's a big, strong man. And so he starts, okay, so I understand that you want to donate and blah, 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 blah. And he's talking real fast. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's not what I said.
Yeah.
I said, give me the information. Give me your website information. I will look it up. Well, we can't do that, ma'am, because this is, just for today and blah, blah, blah. And we need to get your credit. And I'm like, then no. You're not getting jack shit from me. And I hung up on him.
Yeah.
I'm like,
you cold call me out of nowhere. You're lucky I even answered the fucking phone.
Yeah. And I only answered it because it was almost identical to another phone number that I know. Because normally I wouldn't answer it, And so I answered it by accident. And so, yeah, it's like, I'm sure that works with a lot of people, but no.
Yeah. No, thank you. Wild. Well, Boozy Badass better take advice from you for the next time he tries to buy a pardon or whatever it is.
Yeah, I tell people either mail me something or give me a website that I can look up and I can look into your background. But unless you do that, no, sorry.
Yeah.
So,
well, folks.
Anyway, guys, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you guys all have a great weekend. Again, go follow Alex over at the Devil's Advocate Productions. He is so close to 1,000 subs. We got to get him there. He works hard for no money. And then follow me, subscribe to me over on Raw News and Politics. Again, trying to get to 300K by my birthday next month. So
let's do it for Gina, folks.
Appreciate all of you. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. And we will be back again next Friday for another Ant Flow Friday. We'll be ragging and raging, letting it flow freely. No pad. No depends. No poon plugs.
In the streets, everywhere, all over the place, out of your eyes, out of your whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I have to tell you this really quick. So the other night, get out of the shower. I had this procedure to try to fix what happened with the last procedure. And I get out of the shower and I'm like, oh, my eyes like kind of blurry, I'm like, oh, there must be, I don't know what's going on. I got in there. I go look in the mirror and there's blood pooling up in my eye.
No.
And I was like, oh, so this is like the whole Megyn Kelly thing. She's got blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever.
She just had a procedure done. That's why.
Yeah, that's what we didn't know.
Folks, tune in next week. We'll be here. And all through the week, check out Raw News and Politics. She's on top of it, folks. You know.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and I will be wearing my shades probably for the next week because I tried putting on makeup yesterday and against the doctor's best wishes and didn't go so well.
No, we're the Shades crew. We're the Shades crew.
I think I made things, more puffy.
No, it's all good. It's already perfect because I already wear shades, and now we just match.
Yep.
And I love the cat's eyes shape. It's very cool.
Well, you know what? It goes with the gift that I sent you. Shady's back.
Oh yeah.
Back, and I said, "Yeah, yep. Back. Back home. Shady's back for real." Tell a friend. All right.
Take care, folks.
All right. Thank you, everybody.